We have discussed the infrared sensor in Lesson 9. Now we would like to revisit this topic, because it is closely related to what we are going to learn today. From the previous lesson, we know that infrared is a type of electromagnetic wave, which cannot be seen by human eyes. We have also learned that infrared sensor emits IR wave, and then it measures the intensity of the reflected IR wave to detect obstacles and measure distances. As a wave, infrared can be absorbed by certain surfaces. For example, a dark-colored surface will absorb the IR waves, and the intensity received by the sensor is lesser, compared to when it is reflected on a bright surface. Thus the infrared sensor readings will vary for different colors, although the distance is actually the same. The infrared sensor built in rero's head module gives a reading from 0 to 255. This infrared sensor reading does not correspond to centimeters, or any unit system. The reading is relative only. This characteristic of IR wave leads to a useful application in robotics. IR sensor can be used to detect a dark line on a bright surface, and vice versa. This enables us to build a line-following robot. rero's line sensor comprises 4 infrared sensors arranged in a row. It enables the robot to detect the location of a line underneath it. Let's have a look at the basic concept of line following. When both sensors in the middle detect the line, both motors should move forward at the same speed, because the robot is already at the center of the line. When only the second sensor from the left detects the line, the motor at the left needs to rotate slightly slower than the motor at the right, to correct its position. When only the last sensor on the left detects the line, the left motor needs to rotate significantly slower than the right motor, or even stop rotating, in order to steer the robot back to the center of the line. It is the same when the sensors on the right detect the line. The more contrast there is between the color of the line and the gain field surface, the easier it is for the line sensor to detect the position of the line. Therefore it works best on a white surface with a black line, or a black surface with a white line. You can configure rero's line sensor to detect a bright line on a dark surface, or a dark line on a bright surface. rero's line sensor has built-in processor to analyze and eliminate disturbance from the surroundings. You can calibrate the sensor easily with the auto-calibration option provided. However, for optimum result, it is advisable to use non-shiny surface as the game field, and avoid working under spotlight or strong sunlight. Now that we have understood how it works, let us build and program a line-following robot today.